Welcome to the UK Facilities Management Dashboard. Here is a very quick preview of what's in the dashboard. The Facilities Management Dashboard is first of its kind in breaking down the facilities management market by type, which is private or public, or by services, hard FM, soft FM, support services, or IFM, or bundled together. And this is the first time where we'll be breaking down the facilities management market by multiple sectors, close to 14 different sectors by public and by private. So the question is, why do we need to do this? What do you want to know? Is your market is big enough? Or is the market smaller? How quickly can you move to your adjacent markets? Or who is your biggest competitor? And what are they actually selling? Which products or services are actually people buying, and what's working in the market? Most importantly, the pretty basic stuff. How much of the market is actually outsourced in the public or private sector, so that you're not actually spending loads of time in your ads or your cold calling trying to talk to your customer about something that you should have known already. And the why. It is the first time how simply you can boost your pipeline in the shortest time possible. Yes. So the dashboard is actually going to have two parts. The first part is going to cover the market related information, where we'll be splitting that up by public or private sector. And as I mentioned, it will also have the categories by sectors and by services. Simply by choosing the options public or private, you will have a feel for the market. And in dashboard 2, what again, by picking up your public or private and by choosing hard FM, soft FM, or integrated services, you will also get a feel for the average contract duration, the average annual contract value, and the number of actual contracts in the market for those chosen opportunities. For private sector, we have sliced over 60% of the market, and the other 40% is we do have data gaps. But for people who are attending the workshops, you will be able to get a glimpse of exactly what those and data mystification is also going to be. So let's quickly move into dashboard S1, as we call it. As I mentioned, you're slicing the data by public or private, and your simple options goes here. Are you going to pick up by public, or are you going to pick up by private? The moment you do that, you will start to get a feel for your sectors. As it is, you can see the market value here. And if you attend the webinar, we will be distilling what those values are and what we believe these actual values are without the data gaps. So here we are, again choosing public sector by hard FM, soft FM. Your 27,000 is split by year. This is how it's been structured. Similarly, on the private sector, if I click private, this is how it's been structured for private sector. The graph automatically automates for you. Choosing the same private sector clearly gives me the information about what are the sectors that has most interesting information is. You can choose all you to get a clear feel for all the sectors here. That's going to give you, okay, what are the biggest segments here? Predominantly in private sector, offices killing it. And on the other side, you can have the central government, which is going to be the largest. And because of the Crown Commercial Services consolidation, it's coming up very closely to your local government, other bits. We'll be touching that more in the webinar. And people who will be attending the webinar masterclass will have this FM dashboard by sector and by values, including the top 5 sectors of your chosen elements. Again, this way it gets slightly interesting. If I do choose the opportunities public or private, again, public, soft FM, property management is not actually a sector in the public domain. It's actually a private sector category. So I go and pick up, say, local government. It tells me the average duration is 6.6 years. The contract value is around this. And the total number of tenders available is 11. Is that so? That's what you're going to find in the actual tender. So this is simple dashboard that you will be able to get a grips with what is your market and how you can actually play with your market. Again, this information was shared in multiple elements. Our Crown Commercial Services articles are featured in many of the trusted sources here. So this, and it's being used by the strategic suppliers in UK. Many of the strategic suppliers and the brands are using this tool. So are you ready to know the market? If so, join the masterclass to know more about how the market is actually structured and how well positioned you are in structuring the market. So I'll see you on the other side.